Oh dear goddess, well here we are again. We got cut off as I was walking into my kitchen to show you all my lovely polished copper pots. So here we are, part 2, readings of 9th of April 2024. And it's just annoying, but sorry about that. Sorry about that. I don't know why my iPhone chops me off like that. It's really frustrating. But anyway, we're back in the room, people. We're back in the room, strutting our stuff. And I'll carry on with the readings. I was just saying about yesterday I was polishing my Naga Kanye and I showed you what they look like. So feeling a bit whimsical, I told her she was beautiful, and as she has protected my home so remarkably well, could she relax things just a little so I may have true love in my life? Yes, I am that bored and isolated, 25 years of it. So this was back in 2020, people, 4 years ago. Takes a long time for things to shift in psychedelic dreamers world. I asked the angels for a sign that they had heard my little romantic prayer. Then this came on TV last night, and just after midnight, when I posted one of my memories from last year, I had mentioned sirens twice in my imagery. As you can see, I am rather fond of mermaids and other mystical or mythological entities. So these are the signs, or rather synchronicities, that my love life has approval from the etheric beings to improve. The rest is up to me and the other person because, you know, free will, smiley face. It just gave me a little ray of hope and a bit of a giggle is all. No man has yet got the bollocks to claim me. Apparently, I am too terrifying. Ah well, all good. I am happy in my own feminine mystique and power. And my gorgeous friend said to me on Friday night, it was by then the early hours of Saturday morning, he said, I love your power. And that was just delightful. It's rare that a man loves my power. Most men are utterly terrified of my power and see me as some kind of a threat to their masculinity or their well-being, or I don't know what it's really about that they find so threatening. I've never actually done anything to any of them except hold my ground or, if necessary, fight back when in danger. But, you know, I don't understand why there has been so much absolute horrendous evil in my life, but I think it's finally left me because things are looking up. I just need to, get a little bit better physically, reclaim some physical prowess, and who knows what I might yet achieve in life. But it's to you, Scott, I love your power too, working so hard, playing wondrous music, all you 3 beautiful wondrous men, you and Luke and Paulie and, you know, Juddy and Nathan and Ness and Liquor and Ramjet as well. You all work so hard to produce music for the Brisbane music scene in the clubs and at the casino. And you are indeed powerful beyond measure because you gift, you get paid to do so. It's your your work, but you give so much joy to people with your music. It's a wonderful thing to be an artist and or a musician and a singer. It's a wonderful talent to have. So I admire your power too, and I'm absolutely delighted that you recognise and admire my power. And together, supporting each other in the bands and the music scene, may we always and forever remain powerful and joyful and blissful and triumphant and peaceful. I'm very contented with the love you have all flowed to me in the last 7 months since I lost Beauregard. It's deeply cherishing and wondrous to me. It really is. To you all, my darlings. And the staff, the wonderful staff at Brooklyn Standard, who have been also very supportive and kind towards me. Because I am an oddball and an anomaly, and if you watch my videos, you can see that it's an extravaganza when I come out dancing on Friday night, darlings. But I literally have to haul my own assets, scrape myself together mentally, physically, and spiritually at times, dress up, make up, show up, and the rest of the week I'm this puddling about little old lady struggling with my health issues. So it's kind of funny that I'm such an anomaly and so incongruent, but it is what it is. I've always been this way. Even when I was a younger woman, I struggled with health issues. I'm just watching a white 4-wheel drive that I thought might have been my friend Margot going home, but I don't know if it was now. Anyway. Here I write, this is so typical, honestly, I swear to God. No weed, no alcohol, now no daughter. Happy Passover / Easter / birthday to the government-sponsored genocidal coronavirus cunts. Sorry, had a wee little vent there. Feel better now. What year was that? Obviously, my daughter and I were having an estrangement back then. 2020. Jesus. I have had a mild headache all day. Annoying. Time to resort to Panadol, I guess. At Kelly Ann, it's not the flu yet. I'm just extremely sensitive to energy and other bullshit. Hugs. Sorry I snapped at you. I know we are all being controlled by fear, i.e. false evidence appearing real. Look, no matter what happens, if I should die at any time in the near future or distant future, under any circumstances, I love you all, even if I yell at you occasionally. I have lived with death a long, long time. In fact, ultimately, it will be a release and a relief. But I am not going to live in fear of it. I am avoiding COVID as I have a fucked respiratory system, but it might actually be a quicker, kinder death than others. So, ho-hum. It's the same 4-wheel drive going around the block again. Must be looking for someone. I am not focusing on death, but on getting through to the other side of this shitty, shitty existence, which back in 2020, with all the crazy shilling and hysteria and government control dramas, felt very shitty indeed. April 9th, 2019. Oh dear goddess. So I go down to Woolies at Whites Hill because I need cash out to pay my lawnmower man who is arriving today. He preferred cash, which I understand. I prefer to pay cash too. But in his case, he was such a sleazy arsehole and he really was a pain in my ass. But anyway, I must get over that. It's been 5 years now. I must. Ding, let it go, let it go. I gather up a few groceries, mostly cake and chocolate, because I'm soul feeding at least one of my cravings. And because, birthday week mishigas. Mishigas means insanity. So I go to a checkout where there is a person, as I don't want to be anywhere near that other ghoul ex-friend who works there, and she is on self-service. Good, I think. I will avoid that cow. I did love her really, but we weren't talking at that space and time. Oh well, she's an Aries like me, and we used to fire up against each other, and it wasn't good, people. But alas, the universe conspires to make me face all my demons at once. Beside me at the checkout I deliberately chose is a guy I had wild sex with once, but who ran out on me. Triggering, awkward, and horrible. I did not look at him. I hand over my groceries to the checkout woman and answer politely when she asks me how my day is, thinking to myself, fucked, it's fucked, but thanks so much. I still don't look at the guy. Why bother? Another vapid, mouth-breathing sex predator who hates women. I stare straight ahead, determined to hold my ground. I hear his voice loudly talking. Yes, dear, I will get that for you. I mean, what a fucking simp. I turn my head and stare at him balefully. Disgusting. He is simpering to what must be his wife or partner, but looking directly at me. I hold his gaze long enough to let him know I think he is a low-level entity, not worth the black under my gardening fingernails. Then I turn back to pay for my groceries. Ugh, putrid. I find it vaguely amusing that he was so determined to get my attention after I had stood next to him in the checkout queue and completely shunned him, hiding under his woman's skirt on the telephone. Another traitor, cheater, liar. I walk out of the supermarket and stomp down to my car. Breathe, Tanya. I often see that vile creep down the shops, and I always completely ignore him. So why on earth he did that little display, I have no idea. I am not the least bit interested in him. He used to come to Irish Murphy's, and even recently the casino, to stare at me like some lackluster lost boy. I just look past him or through him, which, by the way, is an art form I have developed from decades of trauma of dealing with fucking psychopaths like him. What the fuck is wrong with these stupid, vile men? If I had known he had a partner, I would never have had sex with him. But to be fair, that was 6 or 7 years ago, so he may have settled himself down after that. One can only hope, right? To save my honour and my dignity. One can only hope. It might, though, explain why he ran away like a dirty fucking ratbag. But anyway. He's one of the men that contributed to me going back to asexual celibacy, by the way, years ago, because it was so fucking awful how I was treated, and I deserved way better than to be treated like that by those fucking animals in that dance space at the Irish Murphys and the casino. I did not deserve to be treated like that. I'm a woman of honour and integrity and decency and deep, deep love. I deserve to be dated and respected and cherished and adored. Nothing less than that. Still shake my head over that one. Still in all, I continue on, it is obvious that he has never forgotten me. It's not a compliment. Ah well, the sun is shining. My dog is happy I am home again. I will manifest joy out of this misbegotten life. I had a nice cup of tea and a piece of cake. Sweetness in my dereliction. So that was back in 2019, and yes, it was 4 years into my current celibacy trot. 4 years, so it's been 8 years now. But yeah, that was very triggering, having that man do that. Desperate to get my attention, like a sad lost boy in Peter Pan. Fucking hell. Oh well, what do you expect from... No, I won't say it. I'll hold back. Be nice, Tanya. You don't have to wallow in their filth with them. Rise above it, baby girl. Rise above it. 9th of April 2018. I'm seriously thinking about starting my own social club with a view to it becoming a nightclub, depending on membership base and popularity. I would need to rent a venue close to the city. It would need to be a safe space for women, which is a market niche that the pubs and clubs and Treasury Casino have failed to provide, in my own personal experience over the past 7 years. 13 years now. Just trying to figure out where the fly got in. There's a hole in my fly screen at the top. Bloody hell. I have to replace that screen. So who's in with me? I'm thinking we would have live bands and or DJs on the weekends. Give new bands a chance to showcase their talents. Perhaps have comedy nights or slam poetry during the week, or some kind of cabaret. I want to run my own club, as I am sick of the vileness we as women are subjected to in the music scene. Thinking of calling it Club Amazonia. This, of course, would require financial backing, sponsorship, grants. Pardon me. Would any of my friends or associates be interested in supporting and or participating in this? I know many of my sisterhood that have had traumatic experiences in the nightlife and not felt respected or protected by security and police. So the only option as I see it is to operate my own club without harassment and judgment. Music is life, dance is healing and happiness, freedom of expression without violating other people's personal boundaries is welcome. So I would have been having trouble back in the day, 2018, at the casino, and I was contemplating starting my own nightclub, which, by the way, is still a bit of a dream of mine. I like the idea. Unfortunately, without money, it remains just an idea. Strange cars meandering around. 9th of April 2017. I posted that photo of my daughter again with the bluebells. 1:11 p.m. Something really powerful, beautiful, even magical is happening to me, for me, around me. Yes, 2017 was there was a shift in my own being, my own spirit. It was actually very potent. I became very aware that there was definitely a shift. And of course, I got excited thinking that it would mean that I was going to, find a life partner, or at least a boyfriend for a while, I got terribly excited thinking, love's coming. No, it was just me becoming better mentally and writing more and more powerful in my core and feeling more grounded in reality. And it was the beginning of coming home to myself, I guess. So here we are, 2017, what is it, 7 years later. And life's pretty good, apart from my exhaustion and fatigue and bladder. Life's pretty bloody good right now, really. It's a bit. I'm still a bit astonished by it. I'm waiting for the shoe to fall, quite frankly, because that's what usually happens historically. I get happy, or I fall in love, or I think something lovely is finally happening, and then the shoe falls. It's very odd, that little red car. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, so this is why I'm a little bit wary and circumspect and not wanting to get too overly excited, because I don't know if I can trust in my own heart anymore. But anyway, time will tell, my darlings. Time always tells. 1:11 p.m. Oh, I've read that. Charlie just flew the width of my back garden, about 20 metres. I was told he can't fly. I ran like a rabbit on acid to rescue him from Bobo, who hightailed it after him, saved him from the jaws of potential death. Charlie was totally oblivious to any danger, in the way of the rainbow lorikeet and the way of the Tanya and or psychedelic dreamer. Truly the art of not giving a fuck creates intrepid little fragile beings of great beauty. He is now on my chest, helping me eat pizza. 9th of April 2016. I just attempted to take Bobo for another bike ride. He was not happy. I got him a bit used to sitting in the basket and walking the bike beside him. I got lots of kisses for that. I took him home and had a quick ride solo. I hyperventilated, asthma still bad, and lathered myself in sweat. It has no gears, so goes marvellously on flat roads and downhill, but walking it home uphill is a bugger. Only my daughter could be loopy enough to buy a bicycle with no gears, right? Am I right? And it was an expensive bike when she bought it. She paid like $400 for it. Like, what kind of idiot? I love my daughter, don't get me wrong. We might not be talking, but I still love her. But what kind of idiot buys a bicycle without gears? Well, anyway, she was happy with it where she lived at the time in Newstead, that is flat. But here at Holland Park, it was useless, utterly useless. And I kind of have to laugh about it, how I intrepidly tried to ride it and get some use out of it at least. Oh dear goddess. Anyway, oh well, the brief bit of speed flying down Amethyst Street was worth it. Now I have to recover and then take Bobo for an actual walk to the dog park. 11:19 a.m. By the gods, I was sick last night. It was pretty intense. I was in bed early. Now awake, feeling much better. Hopefully, I feel well enough to dance with Mission X tonight. If not, not. See how I feel later. They were a wonderful band. Abby Sky sang for them, and they were just wonderful musicians too, and singer. She still performs in Twin Towns, not Twin Towns. I think it is Twin Towns, down at Tweed Heads on occasion, but I've never yet gone down to see her down there. But I miss how they used to play at the casino. They were great. I had some great nights dancing for them. Oh my goddess, some of my wildest nights. But anyway, I need to find someone reliable to do the lawns, indeed, until I can get a loan for a ride on and do them myself, indeed. It's a constant weeping, seeping wound, that. I am not coping with chronic anxiety and stress, so there must be an answer. My body went into shock last night. I didn't eat much yesterday, so it was not food related, so it seems stress is affecting me severely. I'm going to rest quietly today. I have a mammogram on Monday. I hate those. Then my birthday on Tuesday. Busy, exciting week coming up. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. I'm looking forward to Friday's extravaganza. I'm going to be completely extravagant because it falls on my actual birthday, which is unusual. So there will be some wild dancing that night, my darlings, which happens every Friday night, but it'll be a very special night. It'll be my night. The night I was vomited, purged onto this planet by my evil fucking piece of shit, scurrilous mother. Anyway, it is what it is. I have survived, and I'm thriving, and I'm joyous, and I'm healing, and it is what it is. April 9th, 2015. In the back bedroom, attempting to complete the washing down of everything covered in an inch of dust. In the style of the witty and charming Quentin Crisp, after 6 months the dust doesn't get any worse. I have to inform you, it does. You just stop caring about it, laughing my ass off. Interesting, oh, no, wait a minute. That's a comment on something. Right. I posted an article from theguardian.com. Risk of sex offending linked to genetic factors, study finds. That's nice. So I commented, interesting but disturbing. Thank God I had no brother, but my half-sister was definitely an enabler, or what I used to call a pedophile by proxy. She did nothing to keep me safe from our abuser, knowing full well his predilection for small children. I often wonder if Gisela had also been sexually abused as a child, that she also enabled this behaviour. A horrible thought that my abuse could have been generational. At least with my own daughters, I taught them early on that no one was ever to touch them except a doctor, with me being there. I did everything I could to keep them safe from sexual abuse. And I once actually got into a blazing row with a GP when my daughter was about 4, because he needed to treat her. She had a little bit of an infection, and as I had taught her at a young age, she wouldn't let him near her nether regions, and I was there in the room because I don't trust any man with my children. Trust me on that. Not after the childhood I'd had. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, why would you? So then he got into it. He started a fight with me. And he was a young, good-looking doctor, by the way, clearly a pedophile or had predilections, because he got into a massive fight about me having taught my daughter, about not showing her nether region. I said, no. I said, so I've taught her about being safe. And every little girl should be taught this, by the way, about body autonomy, and that, this is their private space, that is theirs and theirs alone, and no one should be invited into it until they're an adult woman, making their own adult choices, following their own desires and their own lusts accordingly, as is the biological imperative. Men fiddling with children should never, ever, ever happen. Anyway, we had a massive row, this doctor and I. I didn't go to him ever again or take my child there ever again. He was that fucking het up about it. It spoke volumes, actually. Should have actually reported him. There are some real animals out there performing as doctors, by the way. You think because they're well educated and have a brilliant career and, are articulate and intelligent, that they're decent human beings. Unfortunately, there's a lot of rapey, child molesting doctors out there too. April 9th, 2014. I just made homemade hummus and it is delicious. I would never have thought of substituting tahini for yogurt before, but it tastes just as good. Socks and Sophie have arrived. They are not... Oh, yeah, I already said that earlier. I'll repeat it anyway. They are not impressed with their new abode and are hiding under the bed. I think I will let them calm down and get used to the new smells. Bless them. I don't know what's happened, but I'm really struggling today. Some days I struggle more than others. So obviously, although I thought I had a good block of uninterrupted sleep, I probably wasn't breathing all that much in my sleep that I feel so fucking shattered right now. It's unbelievable. Went to sleep at 4-ish, meaning 4 p.m.-ish. No, that would have been 4 a.m.-ish. Now awake at 2. Still feel a bit fatigued in the old bod, but my mind is clear. Awesome. I went out to let the hens out to rummage and fertilise some of the front garden with Ramon's yummy, rich, poopy offerings. Ramon was my daughter's pet rabbit. It's a beautiful day, but I have missed most of it. I am awaiting the arrival of Sally's cats. All good. Time to shower and have a nice cup of tea. My grandson, Ramon the rare Queensland rabbit, because they're illegal to be kept as pets here unless you're in the entertainment business like my daughter was and have a permit, has a new garden to play in. It has a large vegetable patch that the former tenant planted out. Crystal is looking forward to putting him on a leash and letting him play in the veggie patch. He will be enthralled. And it was so delightful when she used to put him out in the veggie patch. It was just like Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. It was just sweet. Little Ramon. He was a beautiful boy. He really was. I chose him too. He was my boy. He was her rabbit, but he was my little soulmate. We were simpatico, him and I. 9th of April 2012. I was feeling rather depressed awaiting outcomes this Wednesday when the lawyers cut a deal over lunch, which does not inspire confidence in me. Fucking bastards screwed me every which way, actually. When Gail arrived with Talia for a cup of tea and brought me back to her house for dinner, that was a lovely break from my blues. Sylvia Shine, my Auntie Sylvia, wrote, "Hope it goes well, friend Tanya, whatever will be. Just you look after yourself. Your life is what counts. And, kiss, 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 what you and only you is where you are at, and that will be a good place. You will make it. Good luck, love, Sylvia." Me replying, "Thanks so much, Sylvia. Kiss, kiss, kiss." And she knew, she used to read between the lines too. She knew how I struggled through that will dispute. In fact, 4 times it was so fucking putrescent and evil, I actually was suicidal and had to fight myself through and not act on it, right? I didn't actually act on it again till 2015 because, well, that was a very bad fucking year. But my Auntie Sylvia with her messages reminding me that life is mine and I will be in a good place. And Auntie Sylvia, wherever you are, it's finally here. I'm still struggling with my health issues, but overall, I am in a good place. I'm no longer, constantly, actively thinking about ways to end my life. I'm rejoicing in my life and I'm loving my life and I'm loving the people that are in my life who are kind and loving and genuine, and I'm loving life itself. And that, after coming through the last 4 years of complete COVIDian insanity, is a testament to my spirit and my power as a woman. And I'm deeply proud of myself, quite frankly, for the fight I put up even through that for the last 4 years. All that while not being all that particularly really well. So, never underestimate my power as a woman. It is beautiful, it is magical, it is astonishing, and it is a force to be reckoned with at times. And as I said when I began earlier in this first video, thank you to my beloved ones who tell me openly, I love your power. It didn't come easy. Some of it I was born with it, but some of it I had to fight literally in hells, beyond hells, to regain my equilibrium and my dance and my joy and my life force. Ninth of April 2010. Yesterday, the Tower. Today, Saturday, the Star. Hope after total disaster. Interesting as I've been riding the swinging pendulum blade. I've forgotten the name of that thing in horror movies that is sharp on both sides and swings up and down, and either side is deadly. The sword of Damocles. So I'm looking for the upswing, lol, and hoping to no longer be chopped to pieces. Those were hard years after my mother's death and that evil will dispute. Really fucking hard. 9th of April 2009. Lol. Tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to French kiss the morning. Only it'll probably be afternoon by the time I wake up. Schmeh. Always been a late starter. Oh, Bon Jovi, I love your lyrics. And later I wrote, if only I didn't watch the TV movie, if only. There's 1.5 hours of my life gone forever, if only I had one. And on that note, I have to laugh at myself sometimes. I bid you all goodbye. Have a wonderful day, morning, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the space-time continuum. It's currently 12:17 p.m. Brisbane time. And I think I might go out and chase down some food. I'm a bit worried about why I feel so flat today. I felt this was the mood I was in for my birthday last year, and I don't want to be in this mood on my birthday. My birthday should be a day of delight and happiness and self-determination and, rejoicing in the fact that I have survived another 365 whirling dervish around this planet. So I'm going to have to try and shift this mood. And quite frankly, this heaviness doesn't feel like it's all mine. But I literally felt this fucking awful on my birthday last year, so I'm wondering what that's about. Anyway, on a happy note, wherever you are, be wild and free. Enjoy your life. Manifest joy. I'm going to manifest joy by getting some food in the house and live your best life and hold your beloved ones precious and Stay cool till after school and never ever let the bastards grind you down. Bye for now, my darlings.